What are we doing here? Regardless, let's get into it. Another episode of the List Night podcast, as always, joined by Andrew Simon and Thomas Albert. This week, we're going to be listing midnight snacks. I'm going to get through this as quickly as I possibly can so these guys can't interrupt me. We say this every week or almost every week. We did not set any rules or conditions on these, so there's always the possibility that something weird is going to show up on this list. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Thomas put like Andrew as one of his midnight snacks. Who's to say? We're going to find out when we get there.
Of all the people here, you think I would put that?
You're right. Andrew's actually my 1 through 5, and I have an honorable mentions list, which is again just Andrew's name over and over and over again.
I quit.
You're objectifying him.
Yeah, I am objectifying him, and you know he gets frustrated by it, and I get that. I'm a frustrating person, but I feel like a little bit of him, like a little bit, feels really complimented that he's the guy that I chose to be like weirdly into. A little bit.
No.
A little bit. He won't admit it, but it's there in his heart of hearts. It's the thing he can't
that, buddy.
He's blushing a little.
That's just his red face.
Yeah, I drink
about food.
I drink heavily before recording last night just to deal with Griffin.
I just assume
you don't need to say just because. Based off the previous sentences that came out of my mouth, everyone knows what the just because is. Our order this week, we're going to start with Andrew, and then we're going to have Thomas, and then I'm going to go last. Anything you guys want to jump into before we get going? Or you want to kind of just hit the road, get it going?
I was just going to say that lately you've been doing that intro, right? Like as part of the intro, you've been specifying that we don't set criteria. One of these weeks we have to like set the most stringent, most like tight constraints, most like specific criteria, just so that we don't use that as an excuse to just be all over the place.
I think we'll need someone to do that for us.
Yeah, I don't think we can do it because I would set criteria that would target you guys, like with specific, like if there was something that I knew you liked or wanted to put on your list, I'd be like, okay, you can't do that. And that's just not in the competitive spirit. So we would need somebody else to do it. And also you say recently, I've been doing this since like episode 3. I say this all the time that we don't set criteria.
That's true. All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about my criteria for my list that I just made up today. The midnight snack, tale as old as time. Love it. The way I see it, there's 2 categories when it comes to midnight snacks. There's the drunk midnight snacks where you got to eat something heavy because you're drunk. And then there's the midnight snack where you're just hungry for whatever reason. Either you had an early dinner, maybe you just got home after being out somewhere and you had no time for dinner, or you just want a second dinner or a fourth meal, as Taco Bell likes to call it. Yes, Thomas, question.
Or maybe you're just one of us.
Exactly.
Right. Maybe it's just midnight and you're like, hey, I'll eat.
I'm trying
It's a time.
I'm trying a new thing where I'm trying to appeal to people that aren't just constantly hungry and constantly eating like us.
I don't want to know those people.
Yeah, we don't know those people.
So then, when it comes to what I look for in my midnight snacks, I like things that are easy to make and or reheat. Things that are likely available in your house. Either you just have them in your pantry or refrigerator, or maybe, a leftover style midnight snack. And then also things that are satisfying and filling. The worst thing you want to do is just start to eat, something really light and then it just doesn't fill you up and then you just can't get back to sleep. So, all right, I'll jump right into it here.
Wait.
What do you mean jump right into it? You make a long story long.
I'm going to jump right into it. Let me jump right into it after running this marathon.
Well, you guys...
You just had a fucking essay preamble about a midnight snack.
You guys are making it way longer.
This is like one of Griffin's douchey scripts.
You're right. We're the problem here, not you writing a thesis on how you determine what you eat at night.
You spoke for so long that it's midnight and I need a snack.
Sorry that
I could eat. I
have my reasons. Number 5 is banana with peanut butter on it.
Oh, huge choice.
Yeah. You slice that banana however you like to slice it, long ways, short ways, I don't care. and serve it with peanut butter. Put some peanut butter on there. It's filling. You got your protein, got your potassium. It's
healthy fats.
It'll tide you over till morning, and it's if you haven't tried it, try it. It's a great move late at night.
Here's what I'll say about your dumb list. Midnight snacks shouldn't be work. That sounds like work.
Does that sound like that much work?
You gotta cut up. You gotta get the banana out.
Very briefly.
Get the peanut butter out.
Very briefly.
But okay. Midnight snacks should be like, get it, you're back to sleep.
Yeah. See, I disagree.
I don't know about that. Because your midnight snack involves you waking up for it. Apparently, if you're going back to sleep, my midnight snack comes. And not to jump into it too much for me, but it's like 3 hours before I go to sleep. So there's a different perspective here. We're at a different activity level.
Wait, you're saying midnight like the actual time? Because this is ludicrous.
Yeah, I thought about this too because I think the stereotypical like midnight snack is like you wake up in the middle of the night and you're hungry. But I could also see it meaning like just literally at midnight. Like I said, if you just got home or something and you want something. So either of those work for my list.
I'm going to tell you right now, if there's anything on your guys' list that involves cooking, I'm going to say it's stupid.
What are we calling cooking?
Well, when
like
you
using
say
a
it,
stove?
I'll tell you it's stupid. Yes.
Okay, all right. We'll get to me in knowing how this podcast goes, probably 45 minutes to an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Well, it depends how many monologues Andrew has.
All right, you know what? Let's jump right into
how many times we interrupt him.
Let's jump right into my number 4 now.
No. I want to say it's still Griffin's turn. Well, it's your turn.
There's no turns.
It's my sub turn. It's my like 1B turn.
It's your rebuttal.
I really love this pick. Yeah, I'm a huge peanut butter guy. I'm a huge banana guy, and they're a great combo. Wouldn't have necessarily thought of that specific midnight snack. More of like a post hike food for me. Put a bunch of calories back in super quickly, but that's a good choice. I'm not gonna knock the pick. I'll knock how you got to the pick, but I'm not gonna knock the pick itself.
Here's the thing: the actual snack, good, but for midnight snacks, spoonful of peanut butter. That's the most work I'm putting in.
Yeah, so
This one,
like literally just cutting a banana in half for you is too much work.
Oh, now
I don't even think you necessarily need to cut it in half.
Honestly, you don't need to. You just need to peel the banana and then spread peanut butter on it. So yes,
look, let's not even get crazy. You don't even necessarily need to peel the banana, depending on how you want to live your life. I don't know how awake you are when this is happening.
If you're gonna spoonful of peanut butter, fine. Take a bite of the banana, then spoonful of peanut butter into your mouth and mix it in the mouth. There you go.
I'm back on.
There you go. There you go. We cut down
I'm more in on this than I've ever been on any food. This is the best pick ever.
Oh, y'all ever made chocolate milk in your mouth? That's the best way to make it.
Actually, I had one more criteria for this.
Memeability?
Another story, not memeability, no, but quietness. So like this is assuming you live with other people. You don't want to like make something that's gonna be
really loud. Thomas.
That's gonna be really loud to make like getting out the pots and pans and that sort of stuff. So
that's true. You live with too many other people.
Yeah. All right. Number 4 is just a classic, pizza. This was gonna be higher on my list, but then I was like, I don't want to be too mainstream, too predictable. But it couldn't not be on the list. It's still number 4. I mean, pizza's one of the best foods ever. And then, leftover pizza is perfect for a midnight snack. You had it for dinner, you had it for lunch earlier, and it's just sitting there in your fridge. You don't need to reheat it or anything. Just grab it, eat a slice, eat 2 slices, eat a half a pizza, whatever you got to do, and then head back to bed.
Progression. Okay, eat a slice, eat a half a slice, eat half a pizza.
You didn't have me in the first half because I thought you were going to go like the drunken pizza route, like late night. But you had me in the second half with just grab it from the fridge. I'm in.
You just hate doing any minimal amount of work. Is just.
I don't get a lot of sleep, so why would I waste it?
Yeah,
being up.
Sure. That is a fair point. I'll say you had me the entire way through because you started that with pizza, and everyone knows how I feel about pizza. I feel strongly about it. It's the best.
You also ended it with pizza.
You did also end with pizza. So, you kind of made like a sandwich of pizzas, which is the best way to eat pizza. I don't have anything bad to say about it. I know you're probably gonna like turn in a weird direction for 3 through 1 because you kind of always do. But 4 and 5 so far, you got my vote.
I will say you made a good point about the quietness of the snack.
Yeah, because I thought about some loud foods, and I was like, those can't be on the list because just too loud. Don't ask me. I know Griffin's about to ask me what those loud foods were, but I don't have them on the top of my head right now. But there are loud foods.
Chips.
All right. So number 3 on my list is going to be ramen, and I'm just going something basic like instant ramen. It can be improved upon if you feel like cooking up an egg or adding some sort of garnish to it. But I'll be honest, at midnight that's probably not going to happen. Probably just going straight out of the instant ramen package. Get the boiling water and that's basically it. And I know that involves the stovetop, so Thomas is out. But I mean, I guess you can microwave the water, whatever you need to do. So
you sure can.
Thomas, I believe, has a question or a.
If I was going to ask if you're microwaving it, because then it goes against your quiet and it's not a good midnight snack.
I disagree, because when you're microwaving at that time of night, you watch the micro. You don't leave the microwave. You stop it. Yeah, but that's
a good white noise.
Yeah, that's like a calming
if you've got some thunderstorms going on your
every time you hit
phone in the bedroom.
No, microwaves did not disqualify.
In your bedroom.
Okay, first off, rude. Second off, my microwave is far enough from the bedroom that I've actually never thought to ask Julia if she can hear it at night. But if she can, it would explain why she's been angry at me for 4 months.
Thomas, you made a good point. I should get a second microwave and put it in my bedroom. Yes.
Yeah. So
I don't think that was his point.
Here's my thing. To me, instant ramen is not a snack. Instant ramen is, I'm making it. I guess I'm up for a while because it's like half a meal.
But it's instant.
He said the entirety of a pizza, and your objection is to instant ramen being a snack?
I didn't agree to the entirety of pizza. I agreed to cold pizza.
You didn't disagree with it?
Well, yeah, I'm fat.
I said half a pizza.
Okay, your criteria, Thomas. I don't even know what your list is yet. I'm already
saying,
curious.
Midnight snacks should be snacks, not meals.
I beg to differ.
I mean,
I'm right, you're wrong, and you're frozen. So
yeah, I get. That's. You know what? I'm not even going to get mad because that's the only pushback you could give to that pick because it's a great pick.
I don't love instant ramen.
I mean, does anyone love it? But at midnight, is it hearty enough? And
oh no,
you guys
back.
Oh yeah,
pause.
What's up?
I didn't pause mine. We had a good conversation without you.
All right. Well, I mean, it's probably good that you didn't pause yours then, if that's the case. Mine, there was no conversation coming through. You guys completely froze, and it was like no audio at all.
Gotcha.
Okay. I don't know what your conversation was about, but it was probably about how great full meals are as midnight snacks. Am I right?
How am I the fat
one? What?
There's really no way for. You mean in reality? How are you the fat one?
Yes.
Got it. I thought you meant on this pod, and I was like, if I respond, is it bullying?
Doesn't make any sense.
Are we recording again or no?
Yeah, we're recording again.
Oh, we're back on.
We're back. We're back. We're better than ever. I don't know. I mean, you're the shortest one, I think.
Am I? I'm taller than you.
What?
That's canon.
See, I'm off the screen. You're still on the screen.
Yeah,
you're right. You're right. When you're right, you're right.
Andrew, did you just say that's canon?
That's canon for list night.
So last episode he mentioned kayfabe, and this episode he mentioned canon. I think Andrew thinks that we're legitimately in a pro wrestling skit, and I personally think that's the coolest thing that Andrew's ever thought about anything, because I wish that were true.
I do really want to do a pro wrestling list, so we got to figure out what we want to do. Maybe just pro wrestlers. I don't know.
Why don't we jump right into your number 2?
Let's jump right into it.
Let's just absolutely leap into that shit.
What was number 3? Ramen? Okay. All right.
Lost my place
here. Lost my place here. Number 2 is cereal, cold cereal. another just classic. It's everybody's got it in the house. It's easy.
I'm sure
It's easy to just pour in a bowl, pour the milk on. And there's so many different varieties of cereal. What else is there to say? How boring is this podcast? I'm literally describing what cereal is. Yes, Griffin.
I have a question. Are you describing the steps to make cereal because of Thomas's objections on like making things? Because like we know how to make cereal. You don't need to justify it.
I'm trying to point out.
Everyone is going to agree with you over Thomas.
I'm trying to point out how easy it is to make, and Thomas is still going to say, "No, I don't want to lift my arm to get."
Yeah, what am I going to do? Reach for the box and get milk out? That's crazy.
Hey! I love cereal.
Nice.
I'm eating it at midnight. It means I'm about to get in the car and drive, and I woke up on purpose.
Thomas, I feel like the only thing you're biting at midnight is your pillow.
What?
What?
I love cereal, but
no, I need you to elaborate.
If I'm waking up in the middle of the night and I'm making cereal, I'm not going back to bed.
Oh, why?
Why?
Because that's like you're eating.
Gotcha.
What are you talking about?
Midnight snacks are snacks.
I would argue that one single bowl of cereal is a snack. But I guess that brings us back to our how are you the fat one question.
How am I the fat one? Because
I don't know, man.
Here's the thing. I never have just one bowl of cereal when I'm having it as a meal.
So if you were to have one, it'd be a snack.
But not at midnight.
Well, that just seems like a restriction you're placing on yourself.
To me, snacks can be as small or as big as you choose them to be.
And
they could be a whole pizza.
I will agree with that because like some people eat more than others. Some people don't. But I just
I'm finding out that we eat more than you by like a significant amount.
No, I just do it during the day.
All right. So in some ways, I feel like you both are kind of on board with this pick. So
I'm a huge cereal guy. Yeah,
so what's your?
I'm not,
so what would be?
Actually,
yep.
I was going to say, what's your cereal?
I was going to say, what would be yours? The one that came to mind first was Reese's Puffs. It might just be because I've been craving it recently, but yeah, like it just sounds really good and is really good late at night.
I'm a Honey Bunches of Oats guy. I think we talked about this during our
we had a fucking cereal list.
Yeah, but like if I got to choose a late night thing, I want something that's like not insanely sugary and also not like, I don't know, just something that doesn't like end up being like gross if I'm like eating it like casually while I'm watching Always Sunny at 1 a.m. Yeah, probably Honey Bunches of Oats or Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Cinnamon Toast Crunch also very sweet, but a good option.
Yeah, you said you don't want something so sugary. You picked one of the most sugary.
Yeah,
it's like all sugar.
Then I went in the other direction. Okay, look, I'm a man of variety. Okay, I've got a lot going on in my life.
All right, let's maybe just jump right into my number one here. My number one.
Jumping into a lot of things.
Just diving head first on into my number one, which is going to be nachos. And I know that's not like your typical midnight snack, but hear me out. Okay. When I'm saying midnight snack nachos, I mean some shitty nachos. I'm talking like tortilla chips thrown on a plate. I don't know about you guys. I'm a man who keeps a lot of different shredded cheeses in my fridge. So just
you're American.
So whatever cheese you got, maybe a mixture of like 3 different kinds of cheese, just throw all that on there. And then, just that is perfectly good. Throw that in the microwave, for a minute and stop the microwave before it hits 0. Or, if you have a couple extra toppings, maybe you got some salt, some, old salsa in the fridge.
Some salt? Maybe you got some salt?
I got caught up.
You want to put some salt on your chips?
No, salsa. Maybe got some olives, whatever. It doesn't matter. Just shitty nachos is my number one.
So I was with you until you started adding additional toppings, and then I think I'm kind of on the Thomas side with that one, where like you're turning it into a meal, like you're cooking a whole fucking like meal for you and all your friends. I was out on the pick, and then I was back in on the pick, and then I think I'm out on the pick again.
Here's
I don't know. I'm more of a Doritos nacho cheese nacho guy.
You're making your nacho. You're making your nachos / cheese chips wrong.
Oh, I'll listen.
Who knew?
Chips, cheese, chips, cheese. Rinse and repeat as many times as you like. You need to layer that bad boy.
Cold cheese?
Were you asking how you're the fat one earlier? We found it. We found it. Took us 5 picks, but we got it.
But also not a
Took us
midnight
5
snack.
of your picks.
Not a midnight snack.
You have great snacks on your list. Not for midnight.
You just don't like how they align with the middle of the night time frame.
Yeah, because again, I wake up early. So my midnight snacks, I don't want to waste time. I want to be like a vacuum.
All of your picks, your number one pick is the one that I disagree with the most.
I'd say your number 5 should be your number 1.
Even though it
What was his
requires
number 5?
work.
8 banana and peanut butter.
You know what, Griffin? I'll tell you. all
Your
my
number
picks.
5. Your number 5 and your number 4. Oh yeah, give us the rundown. Jump right into the rundown.
Let me
As I know you're gonna.
Let me jump right into my recap, which number 5 is going to be a banana with peanut butter. Number 4, pizza. Number 3, ramen. Number 2, cereal. And number 1, just some shitty microwave nachos.
Is that what we're gonna put on the graphic? Just some shitty microwave nachos.
Shitty microwave nachos. Yep.
Fuck.
First order of business for next week's pod. Let's make sure we look up some synonyms for jump, because we just keep diving in the same ones. And maybe plunge. Could you plunge into these?
You could plunge. Yeah. You could plunge for distance.
All right, you could plunge for distance. That's exactly right. All right, hey, not a bad list. I think
Not a
we've
good
said
list.
this. We've said this on previous episodes that when we talk about food, we tend to get along a little bit better, and we tend to just Thomas clearly has someone else he's dealing with. I don't know what that is.
Well,
But I'm on your
It's called-
side.
it's
You guys,
called
I
health.
don't think
It's
are going to
called
have
health.
any picks that I straight up dislike. Like
it
food
is true.
food, and I love food.
Right, it is true. On the food list, we really we nitpick at each other. We're like, I like that food, but I don't like making it. I don't like putting in the work to make it.
I don't
Yeah,
like
it's food.
salting my
It's food.
chips in it.
I never said so. I misspoke. God damn it.
All right, let me hopscotch right into my list. All right. Number 5, classic, little smiley snack, goldfish. Just a handful of 2 goldfish. If they have to be in the giant carton next to my bed already, even better. Goldfish. Yeah, that's right. That's right. No pushback.
No, Griffin, I thought you were saying something, but yeah, no, I mean, I love goldfish, so I think I see the direction you're going in with your list. You're definitely talking just like little mini snacks, little.
Like some of the littlest snacks. Most littlest.
My list is if I were to have a mini fridge and freezer next to my bed, I would
You put
literally
goldfish in
not
it?
have to get out of bed
So
for my
You
snacks.
put goldfish in your mini fridge.
fair
Oh,
enough.
they'd just be on the floor next to my bed.
So I have
So you
something.
I
Yeah.
just roll over.
And just crunch them underneath you, and then just like Hoover vacuum them up.
So I did just think of something that I guess is some pushback, but I don't want to be hypocritical because I don't know that any of my picks are better for this. But I feel like if you're waking up to get a midnight snack, obviously, I guess ideally after you eat it, you're going to brush your teeth again, then going back to sleep. But I mean, who's really doing that?
What?
And I feel
what?
and I feel I'm
What?
saying you're probably not going to do that.
Who would even
So-
think about that?
Well, I'm
I kind of get where he's coming from.
I'm
Depending
saying-
on
I'm
what
saying-
Griffin, you're not waking up for your snack. You're already awake.
I'm saying in an ideal world, the dentist would probably approve of people
Fuck
brushing their
dentists.
teeth after eating food before going to bed. However,
thankfully
no
we
one's-
don't have a dentist.
no
on
one,
this.
no one's doing that with these midnight snacks. So my point is, goldfish, I feel like is an annoying last like taste to be stuck in your mouth, like as you're trying to fall asleep again. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but that's just my thought.
Well, the reason I don't like ending this podcast with you is because you're an annoying last voice to hear. I'm sorry, that was really mean.
I get kind of where you're coming from. I also realize, Thomas and we dog on you a lot for your long monologues. I'm starting to understand that the reason your monologues are so long is because we have to get a word in every time it seems like you're at punctuation in your monologues. And it doesn't need to be a period or a question. It could be a comma. It could be a hyphen. Who's to say?
I use some ellipses in my speech.
Huge ellipses guy. Love a dramatic
It's like
pause.
your intros.
Yeah. Except I'm pretty sure Andrew writes all of his monologues out ahead of time, whereas my intros, they're off the dome. He does
All
that.
right, so let's do into my number 4. This one's gonna have some pushback. This is gonna have some pushback.
Is it dosey dose?
I stand with it. My number
It's your
4
list.
is water.
You remember a couple of weeks ago when Matt Tarantinos was on the pod with us, and we were like, man, what a great time we had with Matt. And then he won, and I was pretty mad about that. But outside of that, I wish when we had started this pod, I had lost Thomas's number and had instead found Matt's number. Because
So
that
what's
makes
bad
me
about
want
water?
to vomit for the second time on this pod.
What's bad about water? Does it fill you up? Does it refresh you? Does it taste good? Do you have to brush your teeth after it?
Some people would definitely argue that water does not have a taste. I
Idiots.
disagree with those people. I think that's an insane take. Yes. And I love water. I'm constantly drinking water. I'm a huge water guy. At no point in my life, even at my weirdest dietary years where I would just like forget to eat for like a day and a half, would I have ever described water as a snack, midnight or otherwise. And again, with you describing water as a snack, I have to ask the question, how are you the fat one?
Yeah, I mean that's my main pushback too. Like I think water is extremely refreshing. I wake up in the middle of the night all the time and just chug water and love
snack
it.
on water.
I guess, but that's just an interesting way to put it.
So
it's an
I-
interesting word.
That's not how I would describe it. I would not say I snack on it. I would say I drink it.
No, to be fair, I don't
I
like anyone
consume
would
it.
describe it that way.
I'm consuming it
I-
because I have to.
I get it. See, I knew there'd be pushback. I get the pushback. But when I think about what I wake up and I want before I go back to bed, it's usually water.
Yeah.
If we're gonna get you to 2.5 wins this week, you better 3 through 1. You better fucking bring it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. Well, let's cha-cha slide to my number 3.
These aren't synonyms for jump.
I like these more though.
These are dance moves. You're just saying dance moves now.
So I want to preface this with, like Andrew's pick with pizza, this is cold. This is a leftover. It's cold. I'm not reheating. I'm opening the fridge and
Andrew,
grabbing.
was yours specifically cold?
I don't think it was
Yeah.
specifically, but he mentioned. Oh, it was?
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean I was saying that
Yeah.
that's the ideal way.
Sure,
So
sure.
this is utensils, usually maybe a fork, depending how snacky I'm feeling. Leftover Chinese food.
Oh, huge pick. That's a huge one. I like that one.
So that's
That is
I mean,
a great late night food.
Yeah.
Again, I think it's a meal, but
oh no,
to you,
I mean I'm not, but like, so here's the thing. I'm not like making it.
you're not making it. It's
Excuse
already
me, I'm
you
not-
had it.
Yeah, I've already had it. I'm grabbing the container, getting a few pieces of General Tso's chicken in my mouth, a few pieces of the other, meat-based entree I got, because why would I only
Also
get
in your
one?
mouth at the same time.
And then any fortune cookies
Just
left.
mixing them together,
I mean, why not? Meat's meat.
just like you do with chocolate milk.
Oh, God, so good.
You kind of lost me on the fortune cookie at the end there because I don't really like fortune cookies. But yeah, the food, yes, 100% agree. It's the perfect leftover food. I wouldn't mind reheating it in the microwave, but I also wouldn't mind eating it cold. I know the microwave's too much work for you, so I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, no, good pick.
Yeah, again, it's for me, it's the quickness and convenience of pop it into my maul, I don't know, giant mouth, whatever, just chomp down and fall asleep while still chewing. I don't know.
Makes me really sad that you refer to your mouth as your maw.
I have to choose. I have to change my sheets a lot.
So what you're saying is you're diving right into that Chinese food. You're jumping right in.
I would say I'm leaping.
You're bathing in the shit.
I'm plopping.
Oh,
Plunging. I meant to say plunging.
Oh my God.
I meant plunging.
All right, so let's try and keep it moving because I again am feeling sick. Chinese food.
Yeah.
Great pick. Agree with the cold, with the actual entree food itself being cold. Now I'll say one thing. I'm a huge cold food, heat up the rice.
See,
that's my way of doing it.
See,
get a little bit of both, and I think it stays better cold, like the meat itself and the sauces. I think they're better cold if they're leftovers.
I feel you. I do.
Gotta use the microwave.
Midnight snack. I'm not having rice with it.
You're just going straight from the non-reusable plastic.
I'm having some chicken. I'm having some broccoli. I'm going to sleep.
That's fair enough. Because if you added the rice, that would be a meal in your.
That would be a meal.
Yeah.
Although I feel like ending it with the fortune cookie again also makes it a meal, but I wouldn't know because I eat my fortune cookie when I get it, as opposed to.
Well, this is only if the restaurant thinks I'm ordering for more than one person and they give me more than one fortune cookie.
They always think I'm ordering for more than one person, regardless of how many people I'm ordering for. I'm a big order 3 entrees, so I have food for 2 days kind of guy.
Wait, question. What if the only other pushback I have is, you eat the fortune cookie, you read that fortune. What if it's something really cryptic? Then can you get back to sleep?
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
We are such different people. That thing is keeping me up all night.
You think I can? I once had a fortune cookie that said, "If you're sad, get a cat." I still think about it, to be fair. But
cat people would probably feel that way.
I mean, I haven't.
Or maybe the Chinese place owns the pet shop next door. I don't know.
Okay. Just Cupid shuffle on over to my number 2. This is was brought back into my life recently from the halfway house at my course. I used to do it a lot when we were lifeguards. Frozen grapes. Because I love grapes, green grapes specifically. I like all grapes are good, but green grapes are the best. And when they're frozen, they make you think, they trick you into thinking they're candy, when really they're fruit. So,
okay.
Okay. I might have to freeze some grapes. I don't really know if I've ever
done that.
Frozen grapes,
freeze some grapes.
Yeah.
I think I'm with Andrew. I don't think I've ever done that.
I mean, it sounds good. Sounds like it's like mini little popsicle bites that are actually healthy though.
Exactly.
Freeze other fruits so I can blend them together for a smoothie, but I don't think I've ever done it with grapes.
Grapes, you should eat them because the way grapes are, they don't freeze solid because they're inside is liquid but also solid, so they don't freeze solid. So you can still bite into them, no problem.
Interesting. I got some grapes in the fridge right now. I might make a change after this pod is done recording. Might have to go
buy 2.
Put them over to the old freezer and then see what happens this evening when midnight rolls around.
I buy 2. One goes in the freezer, one goes in the fridge.
I will push back though when you saying green grapes. Green grapes, not my thing. I don't dislike them, but not my preference.
Ones in the fridge start to get old, you throw them in the freezer.
Boom. Yeah.
Sure.
It's another good way to reduce waste. But yeah, I'm definitely Team Thomas on the green versus red debate. Although Griffin doesn't know what green is, but maybe Griffin is talking about green grapes. He just doesn't know what they are.
He just doesn't know.
All right.
He's like, I really love those gray grapes.
I felt like we were kind of trending in a direction where this was a Bully Thomas pod, and now it feels like maybe things are getting flipped a little bit, and I don't know if I can deal with it today.
We were bullying me. We were bullying me hard, and then Thomas a little bit, and now we're turning to you. I mean, it's just what goes around comes around.
We need a 4th person because we can't take much more.
I mean, I can take it. I'll get a cat.
You'll get a cat. Yeah. That's the fix. All right, time for you to Dougie into your number 1 or something. I don't know. How are you gonna get to your number 1?
I was gonna say Dougie.
Were you gonna Dougie into it? Oh, yeah. Just like John Wall.
But it's fine. I'll just electric slide to my fridge. And I'll be honest, this is not something I currently have and have not bought in a while. But when I think of midnight snack, it's this. And this is partially because of sleepovers as a child, but Kraft singles. And are they bad for the environment because everyone's individually wrapped? Yeah. But is it a slice of cheese I could put in my mouth? Yeah. So Kraft singles. Number one.
Yeah. I mean, I keep many cheeses in my fridge. You know, maybe
you keep many shredded cheeses. Maybe a shredded cheese guy.
Maybe I actually was gonna say when I was like making the shitty nachos, like even if it's a Kraft single, throw that shit on there. I don't care. Yeah, I mean, like it's definitely more of a kid thing for me. I feel like I don't really do that too much these days. I will eat cheese plain, but it's not really usually Kraft singles. But I'm not knocking you for it. I'm just saying if you throw that on some chips and melt that in the microwave, it would be a lot better.
Let me tell you what you should be doing. You go ahead. You respond to that first, and then I'll tell you what you should be doing.
I don't actually buy Kraft singles anymore, but when I think midnight snack, that's what I think about. Sure. And before we get to Griffin's, I'm sure I'm having a hard time with all this water.
Yeah, wow, weird snack, man.
Great thought. I'm sure. Andrew, back to your nachos. I got a question for you. Philosophical, some would say.
Okay.
Let's say you got 5 cheeses in your fridge. One of them is Parmesan, grated. Are you having 5 cheese nachos? Or are you having 4 cheese nachos?
I mean, if I had 5 cheeses, I wouldn't think that they needed Parmesan on top.
Okay, so
Parmesan.
No, that's cool. I am the fat one. It's cool.
Yeah. I imagine if you have 5 cheeses in your apartment, Andrew, you probably don't go very many other places.
I mean, we're talking about this as if it's a hypothetical. I can almost guarantee I do have at least 5 cheeses in my fridge right now.
Point proven. Okay, here's what you got to do. Very easy. Doesn't take a whole lot of work before Thomas pushes back on this being something that requires like cooking.
I'm already tired.
Grab your favorite lunch meat. You grab your favorite lunch meat, honey ham, some sort of turkey, and yeah, you roll a blunt with it. Is basically what you're gonna do. You're gonna take the piece of meat, you're gonna slap a Kraft single on it, you're gonna roll that shit up, and then you don't even need bread. You got yourself a little like burrito of meat and cheese, and you have yourself somewhere between, I want to say 2 to 3 of them, but if I'm being honest, probably like 7 to 8 of those. You've made it through half of the lunch meat in your house, and you don't need a midnight snack anymore.
Yeah.
I'll be clear. This is not on my list, but
it should be. I like that a lot. Wow, he's at a loss for words.
No, you're right. You are right.
Yeah.
Wow.
I fucked up.
All right.
Takes a big man to admit that.
Yeah.
And you are the biggest. So
you are the biggest man we know, especially in height. As we've discovered on this pod, you are the tallest guy we know. You're literally not even fitting in the screen. You're a titan. You're an absolute monster. All right, give us that recap. Do some sort of dance.
Let's hokey pokey into my recap. Number 5 is goldfish. Number 4, classic H2O. 3, leftover Chinese. 2, frozen grapes. 1 is Kraft singles, though it should include meat.
All right.
Unless you're vegetarian, and then just stay away from me.
Yeah, probably don't listen to our pod.
From you, yeah. I don't think that Griffin and I or our audience are going to let you live down the water pick. But other than that, your list is a little up and down. But overall, it's food, so can't complain. Well, most of it is food.
I'm not kicking any of that out of bed.
Yeah, the grapes. I'm going to try.
I'm gonna try that. Yeah, little ingenuity right there. I am going to try that. Like Andrew said, some ups and downs. Water pick kind of out of left field, like so far that it wasn't even in the stadium. But everything on that list is something that I like. And yeah, again, like Andrew said, food / liquid. So not a ton of pushback for me because you can't be that wrong when the world is your oyster. So, okay.
Oysters, not on my list.
Oysters, not a midnight snack.
Just a dozen raw oysters.
But not a midnight snack.
I'm out there shucking oysters in my kitchen, trying to not wake people up.
Honestly, if I woke up in the middle of the night and my roommate was shucking oysters, yeah, I'd snack on them, obviously.
You would definitely join them, right?
At
that point, you're like, yeah, you've got your midnight plans figured out.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, time for the old Griff Cat. And I don't have a ton of synonyms for jump. So I'm not going to do the whole thing that Thomas just did. I'm not going to dance into it, I guess.
What did I have some kind of shtick?
You've been known to have a shtick. I'm actually, before I get into mine, I'm going to interrupt myself this time. I am flabbergasted that no variation of hot dogs made your list. Absolutely stunned, befuddled, just, I didn't even think about it until just now.
Here's the thing.
You're the hot dog guy.
I don't actually eat as many hot dogs as it's perceived.
It's perceived that way because you have made people believe that.
Oh,
because
yeah.
you have told us that.
I didn't say
Really
wrongfully perceived. I'm just saying it's not accurate.
Thomas is really
okay.
breaking kayfabe over here.
Well, it's canon now that he lies to us on the pod and he prefers water over hot dogs. So
Whoa.
weird.
Hot dog water.
Oh,
like in on New York City hot dog carts with
like a hot dog cart, like a lukewarm water with hot dogs in it.
You cool it down. You put it in my jug next to my bed, and
You put it in the sewers, and then the Ninja Turtles drink it up. No one else drinks it up. That's how they get big and strong. All right, let's do it. Nerman's top 5 list. Hopefully, last list.
Wait.
Number 5.
Are they numbered this time?
This list is numbered. This list is numbered, and I said ahead of time. We were talking before the pod. There are a couple on this list that are pretty specific, and they're kind of like a combo of things. So I guess technically that's fine because Andrew had his peanut butter with bananas, so we're kind of in the same boat on that. But we'll see what kind of pushback I get for this. Number 5 on my list, a cup of coffee, hot coffee, and a cinnamon raisin bagel with butter on it.
See, you're going to get some pushback because the cinnamon raisin bagel with butter is like the peanut butter and banana, but now you're adding a second dimension to it with the coffee. Also, it's
I thought the coffee was the
coffee. Stop drinking coffee.
I'm not because again, like I specified earlier, my midnight snacks are quite literally late night foods as opposed to things that I'm waking up and eating. I'm not waking up and drinking coffee, although that wouldn't be unreasonable for me. These are things that I'm eating while I'm still awake, and then I probably have an hour or so before I actually go to bed. So, do with that as you may.
Yeah, I kind of figured coffee would be on your list either as a standalone or alongside, and it might be alongside the rest of your 4 picks. We'll wait and see, but yeah, I don't know. If we're going with the stereotypical, you wake up in the middle of the night kind of midnight snack. Yeah, I would disagree with coffee wholeheartedly. But if you're, drinking it at midnight to stay up longer, that's fine. And then would you say cinnamon raisin bagel with, is that what you said?
Cinnamon raisin bagel with butter on it.
Okay.
The butter is not really necessary, but I'm not going to eat a plain bagel. I'm not a fucking monster.
So,
yeah. It's a type of bagel I really like. So I guess I'm not mad about it.
Coffee is Griffin's hot dogs. So there's that.
Yeah, but I stay committed to coffee, whereas you cheat on hot dogs.
Yeah, you're damn right I do.
Yeah.
Anyway, both of your guys' number 5s are like, I wake up at 4:30 in the morning. I make that for breakfast. I go to work. Like you're eating breakfast.
Well, I would argue that a lot of people's midnight snacks probably are breakfast foods. Like you got like cereals, like you got Pop-Tarts. You got a lot of people that make like toast or something.
Pop-Tarts would
maybe somebody makes like eggs and bacon. Eggs and bacon. People like shit like that for a late night snack.
I mean, hey,
Santa Claus likes that shit for a late night snack.
No, he eats cookies. You fucking idiot.
I'm Jewish. I think I know what Santa Claus likes.
I love breakfast food. Favorite kind of food. Favorite kind of food. What?
Best kind of food.
Like wake up, eat, go back to bed.
Andrew looks like he's dealing with something here.
I was going to comment on your Santa Claus comment because you said, I think I know what Santa Claus likes. And then you gave this creepy look. And I felt like it was purely sexual what you're talking about. But I guess I'll move on.
It wasn't. It wasn't. I think that's just my face.
I don't know.
Once again, Andrew, like earlier when you gave a monologue, you said, I'm going to jump right in. You told us about Griffin, then you said, but whatever you said, I'll ignore that or something. Like,
yeah,
you'll let it go, but you didn't let it go.
I wouldn't let it go. If I heard him, I wouldn't let it go.
I have a piece of advice for our audience, which is to listen to this at 2 times speed, because sometimes, we like to ramble.
We also love our dramatic pauses while we try and gather ourselves because, like, yeah, we're pretty good friends. But also, I think we all kind of hate each other. Like, we're pretty good friends because we're the best that we can do, not because we're the best that we want.
Oh, no. Yeah, I want so much better.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We tried to shoot for the stars, and we didn't even make it out of the atmosphere.
Not the friends we need or want.
No. On to number 4.
Oh, thank God.
Another tiered pick or multi-layered pick. A waffle with ice cream on it. Big waffle with ice cream. And before anybody asks if I have to choose a waffle and if I have to choose an ice cream, I'm doing chocolate chip waffles. Giant brand because they're cheaper than Eggos. And I'm a broke ass bitch. And vanilla ice cream. The only time really that I'm going to prefer a vanilla ice cream is when it is late at night on top of a waffle.
Okay, so you are talking about like a toaster waffle, though, right? Like not like
I'm not eating it frozen. No.
Okay,
I have standards.
Not like a waffle.
No,
cone
no.
Not like a flat waffle cone.
Right.
Oh
yeah.
no, like a literal like breakfast waffle in the toaster for a minute, then throw. I say a scoop, but probably closer to 2 or 3 scoops of ice cream on it, and then just down the hatch you go. Into the maw, as Thomas would say.
I was just making sure that you were not like pulling out a big ass waffle maker and making like a Belgian gourmet decadent waffle, which sounds delicious, but like that's way too decadent for a midnight snack.
I wish I put the effort into food for that. Like I not even remotely do that.
Yeah. I feel like I almost just would have respected just ice cream more. I don't know why. Like I love a waffle, but I don't know. This one's not screaming out to me as a midnight snack thing.
Screaming out to you?
It's not screaming out. It's not leaping. It's not tangoing out to me.
It's not doing the Dougie into your heart.
I actually would say the opposite, that I would respect it more if it was just a waffle.
Okay.
But I truly am just so mad at my parents for giving me the genes and genetics I have that I'm fatter than you.
Yeah. Look, as we've seen over the past couple years, things are starting to take a turn for me, and I'm not making the necessary changes in my lifestyle or diet to compensate for those changes. So we're at worst 3 years away from me being a meat balloon.
I just also in like our friends Deadpool, I gotta readjust where I have you guys just based off your eating habits. Like I knew they were bad,
I would hope that I am
but I
very
thought mine
early
were
on.
worse. I thought mine were worse.
No, you're gonna live to be super old.
Ugh, sounds
You
awful.
drink a lot of water. You'll be fine.
Yeah, you stay hydrated like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
we okay. So 50% waffle, 50% ice cream. Feels like I'm kind of a perfect combo.
I
of
did
those
like-
two things in my pick, but
I did like your choices of chocolate chip waffle and vanilla ice cream. I did like that.
I appreciate
Good
that.
combo.
Yeah, it's a classic. Number 3 on my list, getting a way more simple with it. Cookie dough. Doesn't matter what kind of cookie dough. Can be individually, like the little balls of cookie dough. Can be an actual tub of cookie dough. I guess gun to my head, I probably prefer the like individual ones because it's just like way easier to kind of track how much you're eating and not give yourself salmonella and not eat half a tub of it. But just generally cookie dough. Great fucking late night snack. A little heavy, but otherwise delicious. and way better eaten away from prying eyes.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like when you eat cookie dough, you're almost like are feeling guilty for eating cookie dough before you turn it into cookies. You shouldn't. Everyone does it. Everyone wants to do it. But yeah, I was gonna ask, you're not buying like the safe to eat raw cookie dough, right? You're risking it for the biscuit with the raw.
Is there safe to eat raw cookie dough?
Yeah, they sell it because they know people just eat cookie dough, but you know.
No, I'm eating cookie dough that you're intending to make cookies with, and then Julia's like, I'm gonna make cookies, and I'm like, I should go to the store because you might be able to make like 3 small cookies.
You're like, yeah. Well, before you make cookies, I saw the dog in the freezer the fridge the other day.
I saw the dog in the freezer.
Yeah,
good old Vino.
Andrew's point about sneaking cookie dough, that like you can't eat cookie dough without sneaking it. Like that's how you eat it.
Yeah, you're like every white woman being like, "Oh, you're bad," before you eat like any dessert at a restaurant. Like, you gotta feel fake shame about it.
Right. So midnight is like the perfect time to do that. I do see that.
Yeah. So that part I get. Side note, and we can cut this part out, if we don't want everyone to hear it. But Pete Griffin, go to a doctor.
I went to a doctor 2 years ago. I went to get checked. That usually means something very specific.
Get checked for everything.
Diabetes,
everything.
I
went to a doctor before I went to Africa, and that was only
a long time ago.
3-4 years ago.
3.5 years ago. Yeah, so it was pretty recent.
I mean, to be fair, I think I haven't been in it longer, so that's fine.
Yeah.
You're doing all right.
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Look, if something was wrong with me, it would make itself visible. I assume.
I just go to the doctor regularly to see if I grew an inch, but I'm always 5'9".
At best.
Yeah.
Go just to show him, my mass and see if he could knock me over.
Yeah, I mean, Thomas can't even go to the doctor. He's too tall to fit into the building. There it is. Kid looks like he's got 7 foreheads.
Kid's a giant.
Looks like a Manning.
All right. Anything else on cookie dough? Or
were we talking about cookie dough?
We started at one point. I think we're doing midnight snacks.
I'm torn on this because I'm for it. It does fit the time frame because you're sneaking it. I guess I just haven't done it in a while because I don't have cookie dough in my house.
Have either of you had like the cookie dough places that they have out, like the cookie dough shops?
That seems like
yeah, no, I got it like
capitalism.
4 years ago in New York one time. And
it is in fact capitalism.
Yeah, I went in there and was like, I'll take a small whatever, and I shit you not, it's enough cookie dough to make like 30 cookies, and I literally took like 3 bites, and I was like, who orders this? Like, who eats this?
So let me ask,
can you then make cookies with it?
I don't know. I threw it away because I was literally just like walking to my friend's place in New York.
Is it priced similarly, like exorbitantly in comparison to cookies, the way that like Dippin' Dots are priced in comparison to ice cream? Or is it like, I feel like every time somebody has like a twist on something that already exists and costs a very reasonable amount of money, it ends up costing way more money, even though it's like the base ingredients of that thing.
Yeah,
but in defense of Dippin' Dots, they are the future of ice cream. Ice cream of the future.
and
so.
they've been
when
for
we
decades.
go to space, we're all going to be eating Dippin' Dots.
Yeah. It costs more money to send it back in time than make regular ice cream. So,
yeah, the cookie dough place was expensive, but like I said, I mean, that wasn't the main issue with it. Was just way too much. Like, who eats that much? It's like you would never sit down and be like, I'm going to eat 20 to 30 cookies. I mean, okay, you guys are the wrong audience.
Let's slow our roll a little bit. Let's not rule it out. If there are 20 to 30 cookies available and there's a judgment-free zone where no one's going to be like, hey, I also want some of these cookies.
There's not.
Like the backseat of my car, Kevin Meekins, and a case of Chips Ahoy.
How did that happen? Did
you something you guys did together?
This isn't going to be funny because Andrew was there and he doesn't remember.
I don't remember.
Okay, so cookie dough.
Okay, yeah. Moving on to my second pick, one that's actually already made itself present on Andrew's list. Cold pizza. And this is why I did ask for him to specify if it was cold pizza or just pizza in general. Specifically, I'm saying midnight snack. I want cold pizza. I'm not and honestly, leftover pizza. Probably 9 times out of 10, I'm not heating it up. But definitely at nighttime, I'm eating that shit cold. Don't care what kind of pizza. Preferably, it's probably like pepperoni and something, or pineapple and bacon. That's a big GQ staple. Way better than pineapple and ham, if I'm being honest. And I will sit down and I'll probably tell myself I'm going to have 1 or 2 slices, and I'll eat the majority of a box. And I don't apologize for that, and I won't be shamed for that.
You eat the box or the majority of the pizza?
Shut up, Andrew.
I am not taking questions at this time.
Griffin, I would like to say thank you for being honest with us about your bacon versus ham choices, because that's something we thought you'd lie about.
Hey, man, after getting like thrown for a loop with you and hot dogs, I feel like I've got to be honest about how I eat.
Hey,
also, yeah, I just want to say, like, every time I'm like, yo, bacon and pineapple, people are like, no, ham and pineapple, Hawaiian pizza. It's like, well, bacon and pineapple is better. So get that.
I love hot dogs. Okay. Better. My sober order at Cookout is 2 hot dogs and a corn dog. Not my drunk order. It is that too. But my sober order, 2 hot dogs and a corn dog.
Your order is pretty consistent regardless of your state of mind.
So your drunk order doesn't change.
But not if you were to go to Cookout at nighttime, apparently.
The difference would be like the second side might change. You know, do I get a float? Do I get a drink?
Big float guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Shit wine.
Yeah.
So
all right, Andy, you can push back on cold pizza, or
I'm not going to push back on cold pizza. Throwing it back way back in list night history. What's the chain restaurant leftover pizza that you're going to for the cold pizza on this list?
Oh, me personally, I'm going Pizza Hut. I'm getting a big box. And then in the big box, when you have the option, whatever the higher tier big box is, you have the option. You can do 2 pizzas and like a pasta and like breadsticks. I'm doing 3 pizzas and fuck the pasta, fuck the breadsticks. I'm going to Pizza Hut because I want pizza and they got the pizza.
All right. Well,
is that the slogan? Isn't it no one out pizzas the Hut?
Yeah, but my slogan is way better.
They got the pizza.
Yeah, just like Arby's has the meat. Pizza Hut has, Arby's has the meats, and Pizza Hut has the pizzas. Pizza Hut having the pizzas makes way more sense than Arby's having the meats. Those things don't rhyme.
I feel like if anyone's gonna have the slogan, "We have the pizza," it's gonna be Little Caesars.
No, Little Caesars is hot and ready, or
pizza
from Detroit, and it's the only good thing Detroit has. I think is what they say.
There's no rules. Put your shirt back on.
The point is, if any chain pizza restaurant wants us to direct a commercial for them where we basically just say, "You want the pizza? We have the pizza," then we'll do it for you.
We're gonna threaten people via commercial to eat pizza, and then we're gonna be wearing Redbox shirts and hats, and we're gonna promo the shit out of that because I've learned that it is now $2 to rent something for a night at Redbox.
Let me do an ad read right now. Redbox, we have the pizza.
They have the pizzas, and maybe the meats. I don't know. Does Redbox have delivery drivers? Because if so, they've got the meats. I've seen those videos. I know how they end.
So many good business ideas.
Yeah. A movie delivery service in a world with streaming video. Okay. On to my number 1. Again, this one is going to be pretty similar to one of Andrew's, but I'm actually removing a facet of Andrew's. I'm saying peanut butter straight from the jar. No banana needed. Just honestly, depending on how high up it is, you might not even need a spoon. I prefer to use a spoon because it makes me feel like I'm being a little bit more sophisticated instead of just using my finger. I'm not licking it, Andrew. I'm not just licking it using a finger like Ted Lasso. But yeah, using a spoon, and much like with the cold pizza, you tell yourself you're going to go for not too much of it, and then you're standing in your kitchen spooning peanut butter for yourself for a good 10 to 15 minutes, getting progressively sadder.
That also sounded sexual to me. Why did that also sound sexual?
I don't know. I think you've got something you've got to work out with yourself if all these things sound sexual to you.
10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah, dude. I mean, Peanut butter takes a while to eat.
How do you not finish the jar?
Are you a dog?
You 10 to 15 minutes, you just scoop it.
But you scoop and you eat. And you browse. You're browsing on your phone this whole time. You're browsing very actively based on my finger motion.
Wait, so
And then you're
browsing
staring off into.
with the same finger that was just in the jar?
I'm not using a finger. I was clear. I'm not using a finger. I'm using a spoon. You spoon, you browse, you stare off into the distance, and then you spoon again. And at some point, it just kind of naturally comes to an end when you start being like, "Oh no, I've eaten too much peanut butter. Now I'm not going to be able to sleep."
I think it's because he's saying spoon is why it sounds sexual. Because he's now saying like you do it, you spoon, you do it, you spoon, you do
And
it,
then it abruptly comes to an end.
Yeah, and then you're disappointed. Peanut butter's disappointed. Your phone's the most disappointed because it's watched everything. It's seen everything.
And
So here's my thing.
you're just crying on the kitchen floor.
I think it's a great pick. I'm seriously worried that you're standing there for 10 to 15 minutes just spooning peanut butter into your mouth.
Well, what
That's
I've
too
learned
long.
from my list
Too
is that you're
long.
seriously worried about a lot of things.
How
I
much
mean,
peanut butter
I
can you
say
eat?
seriously, but like, I'll forget about it.
Well, I mean, you're getting like the Costco size, like the double or triple pack. First off, so like if you do that whole 15 minutes, like you still have peanut butter for the next day. Should you decide, hey, I need more peanut butter?
I don't mean how much peanut butter like can you have so you'll still have some later. I mean how much can you physically eat? That's what I'm asking you.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Less than you'd think and more than I should, I guess is how I want to answer that.
I mean peanut butter is
Fair.
dense, which is why it made my list in the first place. It's
I'm
like-
dense.
Well, yeah.
One way. Do you prefer a big spoon or a little spoon for the peanut butter?
That's a good question. It depends on the jar because some of the jars have like the thinner lids. I'm usually a big spoon guy because I use little spoons for a lot of other stuff. I'm trying to, balance out my spoon usage.
I like to use the little spoon to make me think I'm not eating a lot, but then I fill it like it's a giant spoon.
But what you can do is just use a big spoon, and then you don't need to take the entire bite at once. You just fucking like.
Mental. It's mental though.
I think I know the answer that both of you are going to give, but creamy or
Creamy.
chunky?
Creamy.
It's creamy. It's
Yeah,
creamy every day of the week.
Creamy.
I feel like I knew that both of you were like
Smart.
had strong opinions about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I like
look,
crunchy,
I'm not gonna.
but-
Yeah, I'm not. I think we're both saying it at the same time. We're not gonna get mad at chunky. If I go to somebody's house and they made me a peanut butter sandwich and it's chunky, I'm not gonna be like, "Damn, I hope your mom dies." But like, I would
Wait, is it
prefer
chunky
they
or
had
is it
creamy.
crunchy?
Also, actually, specifically creamy with a touch of honey in it, like whatever flavor that is. The honey peanut butter, that shit slaps so hard.
Wait, they
It's
make it
definitely
pre-made?
even worse for you, but it's so good.
Oh, it's all in
They
the
make
same
it
jar.
pre-made? What?
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah,
you
you can like I know Jif has it, but I think every company has like the creamy with like, it's got like a honey. I want to say residue, but that makes it sound gross. But it's like it's got a honey taste to it. It's delicious.
Do you guys remember I never looked up the absolute genius who revolutionized the world and put peanut butter and jelly in one jar. Do you know
Why
his
would you have
name?
looked that up?
Because
Oh, in one jar. In one jar.
in one jar.
Got it. I don't know. That sounds like I don't know.
Oh, you know what? Uncrustables. That should have been on the list.
I've never had one. Surprisingly, I've never had an Uncrustable.
Really?
Yeah, it always just seemed like you were just paying more money for something that took 15 seconds of work.
that is what you're doing.
Yeah.
But
15
something about
seconds seems
Uncrustables.
like you're
And
understating it.
I know a lot of people like their edges cut off of like their sandwiches for like a peanut butter and jelly. I like crust. Like
Oh,
I
I
like
got
the
nothing
entirety of
against
a piece of bread. I'm just a bread guy top to bottom. Thomas is a water guy. I'm a bread guy.
I like crust too, but there's something about Uncrustable that's just like it's comforting.
I'll
Next
be
time
honest.
I go to the grocery store, maybe I'll get one.
I know we're getting off topic a bit here at the end of the show, but if you're a grown adult that's cutting crust off your sandwich before you make a sandwich, you can kindly go
Grow
fuck
up.
yourself.
Grow up.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
grow
Yeah.
the fuck up.
No, you know what?
Vegetarians don't listen to this pod, and people that cut the crust off their sandwiches don't listen to this pod. Unless you're doing it for your kid, in which case, tell your
Yeah.
kid to grow the fuck up.
How do you guys cut your sandwich?
I don't
Yeah, I usually don't, but
usually leave it whole.
Yeah, I usually don't.
I mean, if I have to, I'm probably cutting it 2 triangles, but I usually don't.
You guys are fucking animals.
I
Also,
will say a grilled cheese sandwich is better as 2 triangles, and I don't know if there's any like science behind that, but it's just the way it works.
is it crunchy or is it chunky peanut butter?
I think it's I think it's crunchy, but like Jif or Skippy, one of them markets it as chunky, so that's why a lot
I
of people.
think it's just the way that they label it.
Yeah,
Because
But
I mean,
we've talked about
spooning.
peanut butter. We've talked about peanut butter for probably longer than anyone wants us to, and if anyone is still listening, why? Let's give the recap, and we'll sign it out for the day. Number 5 on my list: coffee and a cinnamon raisin bagel with butter on it. Number 4, waffle with ice cream on it. Number 3, cookie dough. Number 2, cold pizza, and number 1 for midnight snacks, peanut butter straight from the jar. And that is my 5. And unlike the previous episode, which at this time hasn't even come out yet, this one is in order. There are numbers associated with them. I'm listing the way that Thomas and Andrew want me to. Fucking putting me in a box.
Good job, son.
Yeah, thanks, Dad. You're a father figure to me.
I'll be honest. I think
You're a
I'm going to win.
snack.
I think I'm going to win this one.
I think I don't disagree. I think my coffee pick is going to do a lot of damage to me.
I think, yeah, Andrew's gonna win.
I think Andrew's going to win, but we'll find out. We'll find out.
Can I be
And,
honest? I think that your nachos is your downfall.
That's fair, but you know what? I'm not
As
going to regret
as
it.
a number 1 pick, it's a weird
Not
choice.
strong.
Like I don't know how I feel about it as a number 1. Number 5, I can kind of see it, but it's just like there's a lot going into it. Maybe too much. But regardless, that's it for the Midnight Snacks Pod. If you are still listening, make sure you're following us on Twitter at ListNight and on Instagram at list.night. Make sure you're sharing this with your friends, your family, anybody who you think would enjoy the pod. Reach out to Redbox at Redbox on Twitter. Reach out to Pizza Hut, probably at Pizza Hut on Twitter, but I could also see it being something dumb like The Hut or like We've Got the Pizzas or something like that. Hashtag We've Got the Pizzas. And yeah, we'll have more episodes coming out soon. We're gonna have another guest soon. Haven't decided on who that'll be or what the topic will be, but we will have more guests on shortly. If you would like to guest on the pod, make sure you tweet us at ListNight. And thanks for tuning in for another episode. We will see you guys next time.
Lit.